Step into the unknown. 'Cause this is where
Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Top Flight Banter
Yes, sir.
podcast. I am Austin Pack, right here with,
Mr. Wingate, baby.
here to bring you the important information, the things you need to know
All the info.
about the Premier League and about our poor club, Chelsea.
Oh, wrong side. Hey, we still love you. We still love you.
So right now we're at the halfway point of the season, and so we're gonna give a little bit here in this episode of a second half season preview. Talk about our predictions for the season, how it's gonna end up, and just what we're thinking, what we've seen, what knowledge we have.
Well, I mean, the first season, there's a lot going on. I think there's a lot of good teams. You know, usually you got the top four that are dominating, but we got a lot of good teams playing here. So
It's definitely as competitive as this league has ever been. Super deep.
who would have thought Aston Villa being in third place right now?
Right.
Actually, we did.
We did.
When we went to go see them in the summer,
You're right.
we predicted this actually.
Yeah,
Not saying that we knew this was going to happen.
we knew it was going to happen.
But
We said
I'm not
it.
going to say
We
that
got the receipts somewhere.
we did.
Somewhere we got the receipts.
We did say, hey, they're looking pretty good. And I wouldn't, Matty Cash was doing pretty well, So, I'm not going to lie. We did kind of predict this, but
Yeah, I put him in my FPL team, but that didn't pan out for me.
yeah, well, you lose some.
But we're going to start by kind of giving our predictions here. And we're at the halfway point of the season. So we're going to give, and since it's our first episodes, our predictions on how the season is going to end up. Title, who's going to finish top 4, who's in the race for Europe, and so on. So I guess we can start by talking about who we think will finish in our top 4. What are you thinking?
So, we see Aston Villa in the third.
All right.
And I want to keep them there, but my question is, are they going to continue?
That's the question.
Are they going to continue playing the way they've been playing? They got a second half to be playing the season, so it's tough because I think if Ali Watkins keep on scoring, I think they can be in top 4. But again, I think I'm gonna have to go with. Dude, it's tough. It's because again, there's so many good teams. The top 7 are. Man U is. I guess they're still there, but all right. So my top 4 is gonna be Man City. I think is gonna go first. I think.
You got them winning the title.
Yeah, I think I got Man City win the title.
Okay.
As tough as
They're gonna pull it off once again.
I think so. I hate to. To doubt them.
A shame.
Yeah, as much as I hate them, they're good. I think I got City. I got Arsenal. I think. Man, it's tough. I don't know if I want to keep Aston Villa there or not.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call. I think I'm gonna put the Spurs up there too. I think I'm gonna put Spurs at the 4. I think they're gonna move up.
So what you got? City
So
winning.
I got City winning. I got Tottenham in 4th.
Okay.
I think Arsenal's gonna stay in that second place.
All right. And you got Liverpool 3, or they fallen off completely?
No, I think Liverpool's gonna be 3. So I'm going with City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham. As the top 4.
All right.
Yeah.
For myself,
what you thinking?
It's hard to say. Like you said, if Villa will be able to hang on.
It's tough. They got a
long season.
They do. So
we've seen times where teams have held it. Obviously, Leicester. Everybody thought they would fall off the whole year.
Well, that was just an insane run.
But they did not. Villa's playing great.
Yeah.
For my title prediction, I'm going to have to go with Liverpool. I know it's easy to pick the team that is in first.
Yeah.
I just think the additions they made this summer in the midfield have really elevated their team.
McAllister's.
Kind of replacing the Henderson
Yeah.
and Fabinho with McAllister, Soboslai. That really raises their level. And with Salah, I mean, I would say he's got to be one of the most underrated players in the world for someone who's been a top 5 player for
He
years.
does, yeah. I mean, like, they even talk about, like, oh, he's falling off. He's not scoring as much. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he should have. He's never even been a Ballon d'Or top. Maybe he's probably been top 5. I know he's not been the top 3. And
Yeah.
he's had great seasons, but I would go Liverpool 1. I'm going to go City 2.
Okay.
I think they will continue to come. Arsenal 3. And I am going to say that Aston Villa
Staying?
sneak in 4th
Ooh,
and finish in a Champions League spot.
Wow.
I just don't. I think Spurs is going to Spurs it up, and they're going to not finish top 4.
I think, here's my thing. If I could predict the future, obviously I would win a lot of money. But if Aston Villa really does keep playing, I would put them in my 4th spot.
Right.
But I'm not saying I'm doubting them, but it's hard to keep that momentum going. So that's where I'm at.
And the league is as tight as it has ever been with so many good teams. So I just feel the way Unai Emery has them playing, they're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
They're going to keep it going. And I guess
Martinez is doing well too. You know?
Right.
So
I mean, they got a lot of top players. I would say then, if that's your top 4, what about the rest of the race for Europe? Because then you've got a lot of other teams competing for that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. You've got, I guess, Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham,
Man U.
Spurs, United, Chelsea.
Okay, that's a sore subject. That's a sore subject.
Chelsea fighting for Europe?
Could they pull it off?
Could they?
What a dream! What a dream! So
Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're hoping for.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. All right. So what are you thinking?
For 5th, so let's see. If I've got Liverpool 1,
Yeah,
got City 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Villa 4th. I'm gonna have Tottenham in 5th. I mean, I don't think they're gonna.
You said they're gonna spur it out.
They're gonna still finish 5th. I just don't think they're gonna have enough in the end to finish top 4. It's a competitive season.
Yeah. Okay.
Ange has them playing very well, though. I'll say that. I think after that is very difficult.
So right now we're standing at West Ham, Man U.
Right now
6
it's
and 7.
West Ham, Man U. All right, you got Brighton, Newcastle. I'm gonna say, wow, that is really hard. I'm gonna go with, wow, that's a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Brighton come in 6th.
Okay.
I like the way they play. They attack. I just love Matoma. He is awesome.
My guy. I got him in my FPL.
We've got our boy
points.
Billy Gilmore over there.
Yeah. You're a smart man.
But I'm gonna say Brighton finished 6th, and gosh, dare I say Chelsea in 7th?
Damn. Are you really?
Dare I say it? That's
dare
my
you.
hot take.
That is a very hot take.
Chelsea finished 7th. I think Newcastle
Is that what you're saying,
is
actually?
going to fall off.
Okay.
I'm saying it.
Okay.
And I think United, I mean, they're trash. So,
All right.
trash.
I already know. So I'm going to say Villa's 5th. I'm going Brighton 6th. And I'm going Newcastle 7th.
All right. Not a lot of love for Manchester United. What are your thoughts there?
No, I've never liked them, never will. And I wish they get relegated at the end of the day.
Oh, as do I.
Yeah.
As do I.
So,
I'd love to see it. I'm sure they would love to see Chelsea relegated.
yes, I wouldn't, but
I would say they are the only club that feels like they are going through a similar patch as what Chelsea, like the scrutiny.
yeah, but they're keeping that manager though. I mean, like Tuchel, they said peace.
Well, that's always been a problem with
So,
Chelsea,
yeah.
getting rid of managers left and right. I would say Manchester
So,
United.
what are your thoughts? Should we have kept Tuchel?
Should we have kept Tuchel? Man,
That's would we be in the spot we're in if we had Tuchel still?
that's a great question. I would say if we had kept Tuchel, we would be doing better.
I think so. But here's my thing. People are hating on Pochettino, but like it's not his fault. So you're telling me that Jackson missing a 1-on-1 or Raheem Sterling not sweating it and a 3v1, that's Pochettino's fault?
Are we diving into Chelsea? We can go
Oh, my
full
bad.
in.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, we can go full in on Chelsea right now.
I'm getting caught up right now. No, but I'm being serious. That's like a lot of people are saying like it's the manager's fault, but like Pep said, I can only take you, to what he say, to the final third, and the rest is your way. You know, so it's like.
Well, before we dive into that, let's cut to the relegation battle at the other end of the table.
True.
Who do you have? I mean, I think. Well, I'll let you go ahead and say what you think.
So I'm gonna say my bottom three are Sheffield. It's gonna be Burnley, Sheffield, and Everton. I think Luton's gonna make it. Yeah, I think Luton's gonna make it. Yeah.
Wow. See,
yeah, that's a hot take, but
I would love to see Luton not get relegated. I would love to see. I think everybody's rooting for him.
I don't want them to get relegated.
Who wants to see that stadium out of the league? I mean, come on, walking in through people's backyards. That is amazing. I just don't. I think all three of them. I think Sheffield and Burnley definitely are going down. Luton looks like they have the most fight.
Yeah.
I don't think Everton is going down just because they. I think Sean Dyche has them playing nicely.
So then who's that third?
I think. Well, realistically, I'm gonna say I would pick Luton. I think if anyone else, it would probably be Forest. But I don't know. I don't really feel. I just think it's
I'm
gonna
take
be.
it back. I don't think Everton's gonna get relegated. That was just a. I think if we're being realistic, I would say Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Forest has been doing kind of well though.
Well, they fired their manager, Steve Cooper, and I mean, obviously the first match without him looks nice. Alanga is playing well.
I wonder, did they change anything up?
I don't know that he made any serious moves. Obviously, Chris Wood had the hat trick in their last game the other day.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
They were
all good goals, too.
Yeah, they were. But I really feel like Newcastle is reeling right now. They are.
Yeah.
They have been in a serious struggle. I think them playing in Champions League was a lot of matches on them. You see the injuries are piling up for them.
Yep.
It's tough. It's tough with the fixtures. But Luton, I would love to see them survive. I really would.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I mean, it's the underdogs. You know, they made it, and you hope that they stay. But, we'll see. They're 3.
Now, as we're making predictions, laying out our preview for the rest of the season, we've made our predictions for the title, relegation. We can talk a little bit about individual awards.
3, 4, yep.
So we have a couple individual awards, or just taking a look at the Golden Boot race. Erling Haaland leads the way at the halfway mark. I think that is no surprise to anyone. I'm not sure what the betting odds are, but I'm sure I'm sure you're not making a lot of money betting on Erling Haaland to win Golden Boot. I think after him, we had in the follow-up, you've got a few other players, Mohamed Salah, Dominic Solanke, you've got Jared Bowen, Son. I think the only real one for me that I think can challenge Haaland realistically would either be probably Mohamed Salah would be the only one I feel has a real...
But again, people don't talk about him.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't see that, he's number 2, and
in my mind,
goals, but
he should
nobody's
be
like,
he should be every year talked about as a Ballon d'Or contender.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the assist leaderboard, also, he's also at the top of that every season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy he's been consistently putting up 20 goals and 10 assists for them.
For some reason, he's always
year
been
by year.
I mean, I like him as a player. I think he's a great player.
But if you're asking me to make my pick of Golden Boot right now, unexciting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Erling Haaland.
It's just like when you're playing FPO. Like, you can't not captain him.
Right.
At the end of the day, like, it's just, you're foolish not to.
It's gonna be him,
So-
barring some sort of injury to him.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I would say Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to say Erling Haaland just because I feel like I'm foolish if I don't. Just this doesn't even have to do about like whether you know soccer well or not. It's just like this guy plays and he scores.
Right.
And it's like, so for me, it's
And they just have such a team where he's getting chances.
Yeah.
I mean, he's being set up. I would say it's less this year with De Bruyne out, and obviously, City has lost a little bit of that killer final
and he's
ball.
back in warm-ups now.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
But hey, the one time I did not captain Holland in my FPO, he scored a hat trick, and I lost because of that.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's
There you go.
that one's on you.
That's huge. Yeah, I mean that was foolish. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Erling Haaland because that's just he proves himself. So,
Well, I would have to say now, as two fans of the club, Chelsea, we'll have to make now our second half season preview of our club and where we think it will go. So I'm going to pass it to you. What's the direction of the team? Where do you see us going in the second half of the season? Are you liking what Pochettino is doing?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like we said, there's a whole season, second half to play, and I think Mudryk, he looked good. Him and Mal Gusto, I think they're gonna be real good together.
Right.
The more they keep playing, I think that Mudryk's gonna get more confident. He's got somebody like Mal Gusto that can feed him. I think they're gonna be a dangerous combo. I think having Nkunku up top, I think that's gonna be a huge guy that scored. He scored in the first 35 minutes he came on. So so it's like, I think Jackson. I think a lot of people like to hate on him. I have hate on him myself, but I think at the end of the day,
We all have.
You got to give the guy some credit. He, like you said, he has been involved in a lot of plays. So I think, I'm hopeful, but I say that with caution just because I've said that before. And the next game we lose, we might lose to Luton.
Right.
And what I said today, I'm gonna take it back. So I think I'm confident moving forward. We got lucky honestly with that PK last minute to get to win the 2-1. But yeah, I'm confident that I think Mudryk will start playing well. I think the issue with him is he loses the ball a lot,
Right.
And so once he starts to just kind of control it, he likes to dribble a lot. So once he realizes, dribble less, pass, and then dribble when he needs to, instead of taking the guy on every single time. And so yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think we'll be just fine. So I like Pochettino. I don't think the hate should be on him. Because at the end of the day, like, the past 3 games, we missed one-on-one keeper, with the keeper. If we scored those, we would have been up 1-0 in the half, and so, but yeah, the amount of one-on-ones we missed is insane. If we're making those,
Right.
our the table looks a lot different for us, so, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we lead the league in big chances missed. I think that I would definitely, people who want Pochettino out, I think it's ridiculous. I'm hesitant to say we should go and buy another striker. I mean, I think that the big topic is the striker.
Yeah.
Like, we
But is money
obviously
the
are
issue?
missing chances. I think, obviously, Jackson, he is not clinical. He's missed many big chances this season. And so it's easy to say, let's go into the transfer window in January, buy a new striker. But I would almost rather us not buy anyone for one transfer
Well, how much
window.
money have we spent on players? You know, and it's like, what has that done us any favors?
I think there's just so much of a unsettled squad with this Chelsea team all the time because of the changes. And if we actually give
true.
Pochettino a full season to actually work, I don't think this is our season, and I hope we can get up to 7th and compete. I hope we can win the cup.
If we can get to 7th, that's like
I mean, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Still a lot of season to go. But I think we do have talent. I think Mudryk has finally started.
Gallagher, what are your thoughts on Gallagher?
I mean, that I will say I was not always a fan of Gallagher.
Neither was I.
He's someone who I thought was. I saw at times where I thought he was useless. I thought he was running around with a chicken with his head cut off, just like a maniac. And then I watch our team now, and you see him with the captain's armband.
He's come a long way.
He's someone who, if I had to say the big things we're lacking in this team, and it's not talent, it would be finishing, and it would be passion. Sometimes it doesn't look like anybody on our team cares.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a waste. It looks like we're just passing it back and forth, lackadaisical. People make a mistake, the other team scores. We've had 70% possession. Who cares?
And I feel like when we attack, like you see Arsenal, when they're attacking, they have six guys in the box, and they're easily, and then they got 4, on the top of the 18, so they're moving the ball around. They got to cross in. There's 5 guys to get the header. With Chelsea, it's like, we got 2 guys in the box, and everybody else is trying to move the ball in the 18.
Right.
So
I think the big change for the second half of the season with Chelsea is definitely going to be Christopher Nkunku being in the side, being a regular player, scoring goals, getting assists.
So say your lineup again. What you thought?
I mean, here's what I said. I said that while Nicholas Jackson makes me want to rip my hair out all the time with his missed chances, I do think he should still be starting. However, I would start him on the wing. I'd play Nkunku up top with Palmer below him at the 10. Put Mudryk and Jackson on the wings.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wherever Mudryk likes to come off the left, I think you can have Jackson playing on the right.
And the reason that might be better is because I feel like Jackson has a hard time with his back to the,
he's
receiving the ball with his back.
Exactly.
Turned,
He's not a big, strong, physical striker.
No.
He's built more like a winger. You can see when he starts to dribble at speed.
He's good with combinations.
Right. He can hit up 1-2, dribble down around the wing, play someone. But he's not someone, you play him 10 balls in the box, he's finishing 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Whereas Nkunku, obviously he's already scored one of his few chances. Yeah. He should have scored another against Palace.
He should have 2 goals.
But he's someone who won the Golden Boot in the Bundesliga the last time he played. And we've had that happen before with Timo or Havertz. But I really think that him playing in there consistently now is going to give us someone who is clinical, who can finish chances. And with Mudryk starting to get confidence, scoring in the past couple games, I really think we're going to start improving.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Pochettino. I mean, our team has played better than a lot of times we've lost games. We just haven't finished the chances. And if we're finishing chances, we can win games. So I'm hesitant to say, we should just kick this person out of the team, kick this person out of the team.
Well,
and yet I would say Raheem Sterling. I'm over him.
What is he? Is he the highest paying player on our team?
The
highest paying player on our team, the most experienced, and he's like, his decision making is trash.
Yeah.
And it's like, for the guy being the most experienced, you would think like you take charge of the team.
Let's talk about the play against Wolves.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's literally what I'm talking about. A 3v1, an easy sweat. That was first half? Was the second half?
It was first half.
It was
0-0.
That could have changed the outcome of the game if you just slid it.
I mean, he's got Cole Palmer right there.
So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. As an experienced player like that, to not make that easy choice,
it's selfish.
That to me said everything about my thoughts on him. So
and it's like I can only imagine we go into the locker room. And we're 0-0. I mean, I hope the team has the passion, and that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes it looks like our team has the reaction of, oh well,
Bummer.
throw up our arms,
bummer.
That stinks. Whereas
that would be interesting to see what their thoughts are, especially after that.
Imagine Rudiger, that happens.
Oh, jeez,
right?
bro.
Imagine you go to the locker room. Rudiger is going to be screaming in this guy's face. What are you doing? Play the ball.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing.
I know Cole Palmer didn't say nothing after that.
Yeah, I don't think Cole Palmer is that guy. I think he's pretty mild-mannered.
He was mad about that not passing, but I think at the end of the day, he's not the guy to bring something up. The pass, but yeah, that decision for me was solidified. I was like, I'm okay if he doesn't.
Overall, I think we're a team who's on a gradual rise. I guess we can go back to the topic of what you were saying. Thomas Tuchel.
Oh, yeah.
Our dearly beloved former manager.
Hey, he's
now
well.
at Munich. Yep. I wish him the best.
Yep.
I think I can speak for most all Chelsea fans when they say no one really wanted him to be gone.
I'm very confident of that statement. I think if you ask any Chelsea fan, he should have stayed.
There's always somebody in an Instagram comment saying sack the manager, but I say if you ask 95%, real Chelsea fans, they did not want Tuchel gone, and
because he wasn't the issue.
He was not the issue, and I think that even on top of that, with the war stuff and the sanctions on the club, that really started a decline. Replacing Tuchel with Graham Potter is just gotta be.
I mean, even the new Todd Bowley coming in,
a crazy decision.
So
crazy.
Yeah.
And Pochettino, I think, is a top manager. I think he is doing good work. I think it's just gonna take time. You see, it's a young team. It's a really young team.
Well, I like what you said about if you keep bringing in new players and they have to get readjusted to how to play with this new guy, and it's then you're hurting the team if you're bringing in new guys every other transfer window. You know, so it's just got your team, and just let them work together. So, but yeah.
You got to give a manager a time to put in a system.
You can't give him 5 months and be like, "Oh, you're not doing what you're doing."
Right. And it's you see with Pochettino trying to consistently play this 4-2-3-1 that he's trying to put in. Tuchel obviously had his identity of the 3-4-2-1. Whereas when we had Lampard, there was no consistency. I mean,
Lampard.
Lampard.
I forgot about that guy. A legend.
As a player.
He's
a legendarily bad manager. But, actually, I'll say, we liked him all right the first time.
Yeah.
The first time we had him. But that was a different time.
Oh, that was
different times. Long ago. But enough about Chelsea.
Yeah, no. So what are your thoughts? So this is our first episode. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun talking about all these games.
I think at the end of the day, we've never done this before, So it's there's really no expectations. We're just doing it.
We're just talking about the sport and whatever pops in our heads.
And at the end of the day, our goal is to talk about soccer, to talk about the Premier League, but at the end of the day, this is all new stuff to us,
Yeah.
So,
I think before we end this first episode, what we should do is go through, and we've got the games coming up this weekend.
Okay.
And I think we should go through and make our predictions. So I got them pulled up here. I'll You tell me. I guess you can make a prediction. Should we do scores or just?
Let's just do wins or losses.
All right. So we've got Luton, Chelsea at Luton. Chelsea struggled on the road.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna have to take Chelsea. I can't not take Chelsea.
Of course.
Of
course.
I can't be wearing this jersey and say Luton Town.
Of course. I'm agreeing.
Yes.
I'm taking Chelsea. I want to see us put together 2 wins in a row.
Please.
We haven't done that. All right. Next, we've got Villa versus Burnley.
I'm taking Villa.
I'm definitely taking Villa. It's at Burnley. Actually, nope. It is at Villa Park. So definitely taking Villa.
I'm taking Villa on that.
I've got them in my top 4.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Brentford at Palace. That's a tough one. It's at Palace.
I'm gonna take Crystal.
I'm gonna also take them from watching them play the past 2 games against City and Chelsea.
Yeah. I will say I haven't watched Brentford play too much, so.
Right.
This gets
they got whooped by Wolves.
Yeah. So this gets mostly just watching Crystal play more, but I'm gonna take Crystal.
Yep. All right. Then we've got City, Sheffield.
Okay. Well.
It's an easy choice.
Yeah.
Don't need to spend too much time on that one.
City.
Here's a tough one. Wolves, Everton. They always have intense games.
They do.
Between the two of them. They're very similar in the way they play.
Yeah.
They're hard-nosed. They're just looking to beat you in behind.
Well, I'm going to take...
It is at Molineux, so it's Wolves is the home team.
Yeah, I'm going to take Wolves.
Wolves has been playing really well recently.
Been well.
I say Everton's been playing well,
what's
too.
What's his name? Huang Chi-chan? Is that how you say it?
Huang Hee-chan?
Huang Hee-chan, yeah.
Yeah. He's
been balling, so yeah, I'm going to take Wolves on that.
Whew, I don't want to. I feel like we got to have some sort of difference in our.
Yeah, was that?
I'm gonna take a draw.
A draw. Not even. Okay.
Yep. Next, we've got Forest at home versus Manchester United.
You know what? This is gonna be a hot take.
Yep, give it to me.
I'm gonna say Forest. I think Forest is gonna. I think they're going to sneak in a goal and just pack it in.
And then United's just not going to be able to score.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 1-0 game.
I could totally see that. I could 100% see that.
So
I'm going to also take a draw. It's going to be 0-0.
That's not a bad guess.
That's
not a bad guess.
It's going to be an absolute snooze fest.
That's not a bad. So you're saying draw for Wolves game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Wolves Everton and Forest and Man U?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, then we've got Fulham at home versus Arsenal. Fulham's a team who just kind of grab a random result
They're
here and there.
They're like a team that just nags and nags. You're just like, what are you doing?
It is at Fulham, but I'm going to take Arsenal. I coming off this loss to West Ham, I can't see them losing 2 in a row.
No, I'm gonna take
Arsenal. I can't see it. Arteta's gonna fire him up. They will get this one.
You say this one first, and then I'll say it.
Tottenham versus Bournemouth. It is at Hotspur Stadium. Bournemouth has been playing fantastically. However, most of those games have been at Bournemouth Stadium. I'm gonna take Tottenham.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tottenham.
And one last game of the weekend coming up on the Monday night game. It is Liverpool-Newcastle. I think it is at Anfield, and for that reason, I'm going to grab Liverpool in that one. I think Newcastle's been struggling.
Especially it being at Anfield, I'm going to go with Liverpool as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, those are the games coming up. We will check back in, see how we do in those games, and we will give you a recap of them.
Well, thank you for listening to Top Fly Banter. See you guys later.
All right. Peace. Until next time.